Okay, folks, this is the report from the full campaign from Baptism by Fire. This is the end of the third day, the 16th of February 1943, and here's the order of activations. The very first activation was out here in the west, where this Kampf group, this German Kampf group, was very keen to capture Thelepte before the Velvet Task Force could come on and secure it. So they activated, they drove through, captured it. They've got some forward defence out here. This means that they've secured a different supply path, so they've moved their trains onto this road now, which is a supply from here, and they're starting to push towards Kasserine up here. Waiting for the infantry to catch up. They're in their trucks along these tracks, which is very slow, but so is Task Force Velvet. They're also pretty slow, so and cautious as well. In fact, they're just holding that position in the mountains. A lot of infantry in that task force, they don't like their chances against this sort of armoured formations of that Kampf group. The next activation was out here in the east, and this is where most of the activity was. Combat Command B was activated and brought on as a reinforcement from down the north. They came rushing on this road, got very lucky with their activations, attacked and captured Spatler. A lot of these Germans were sort of looking out here to the east, and yeah, they rushed on, captured the town. But it didn't last for long, because Kampfgruppe Gerhardt immediately activated, and they counterattacked, resecured the town, and pushed back Combat Command B. Combat Command C couldn't do much out here. They did nothing, in fact. They just brought on some of their units that had lost their retreat path last turn. Kampfgruppe Lang were brought on as reinforcements, driving along Highway 13. You can see them sort of along here, moving as far as they can, and forming, now that the town was recaptured, a bit of a defensive position just north of the town, just in case, because Kampfgruppe Gerhardt will be removed as reinforcements at the start of the next turn, I think. So they're about to disappear, and so Lang is kind of taking their place, just in case the Americans counterattack in this area. It's still not a solid hold on Spatler. There are, in effect, Americans sort of threatening from the west, the north, and the east. We then have Combat Command A. They really couldn't do anything. In fact, they failed their snafu. So nothing happening there. And some of the units way out in the east are now suffering from attrition. This Kampf group here didn't do a great deal. They're starting to shift to the west. Yeah, didn't do much, I don't think, on this turn. Pretty quiet for them as they move towards Spatler. I kind of wasn't sure what to do with them. Now the other Kampf group is off to the west. They don't want to use Highway 13 for supplies, so they're using this Highway 125, which kind of puts them in a difficult position. They're already suffering fatigue. Task Force Velvet then came on, and as I kind of pointed out, these are mainly infantry forces. They were too slow to beat the Germans to Thelepte, so they've come on and kind of formed a bit of a defensive posture. You can see prepared defense in the mountains, not doing a great deal. Yeah. And then we had Kampfgruppe Rhein out here. They also didn't do a great deal, reinforcing this defensive position here in Spatler. Still fresh. Got two headquarters here. And then Task Force Stark, and they have also formed a defensive posture. So if I take a step back, you can see why they are in this area. The Germans have come across this trail, captured here, kind of splitting the forces. They've also captured Spatler, so the Americans and their allies are in, basically defensive positions. Task Force Stark doesn't have the best units. One action rating here, 3 action rating here. They've already suffered a step loss. So, yeah, look, the Germans, having said all that, the Germans are playing pretty cautiously. They're not driving as hard as they could. Having said that, they're mostly full strength. There aren't many step losses among the German units, so they're conserving their strength, but still managing to inflict quite a few step losses on American units throughout the theatre. So Yeah, it's a sort of a slow, steady grind, not quite as fast as sort of an early experienced, um, and more cautious German play as they sort of play the long game. There's still sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more turns to go, um, and they want to. Well, we're still also several turns away from drawing out victory conditions, so we don't exactly know what's going to happen, whether we're driving towards the west or sort of the northwest. So yeah, the Germans just being very, very careful whilst on the offensive, I guess. Um, yeah, so look, more to come. We'll report back soon and tell you how that goes.